Well, welcome everybody to the Rebels Arca series here in Original Rebels. This is Rebel Racing Network. I'm Eddie Smith, and we are at Pocono. And man, we are getting ready for 50 laps here. It's a tricky triangle. Let's jump into the grid, see who is the Peg Leg Pole Award winner, and that would be Jonathan Cofield in the number 58 for Bandits Motorsports. On the outside of the front row is Mike Kostick, Matt Clemens starting third, Garrett Kinder starting fourth. Brandon Pollock starting fifth. Jason Lottridge starting sixth. Tyler Rice starting seventh. Eighth, William Griffith. Greg Froelich ninth. Alan Renecki 10th. Stephen McDonald 11th. Dave Jones 12th. 13th, Chuck Feltz. 14th, Brandon Wallace. 15th, Josh Oswald. 16th, Mickey Isaac. 17th, Charles Stevens Jr. And 18th, Michael Nash. So, getting ready for a good night of racing here at Pocono. Pocono not one of the more popular tracks. I mean, only 18 cars here tonight. But pretty indicative of why they call it the Tricky Triangle. But as always, let's see how many sets of tires we do have. We have 4 sets of tires in the pits. That's plenty. So should be able to get by with that with no problem. As everybody getting gridded up now, getting ready to head out on the track for the pace lap. And so 50 laps a long time at Pocono. We're talking about 51 to 53, 4, 5 second laps, almost a minute. So at least, and that's without caution, you're at least talking about close to an hour's worth of racing. So it'll surprise you how long it takes to get around this place. But it's a fun track. It's fun, a lot more fun than people acted. I think the tough part is how precise you have to be every lap. You can't miss a turn. You miss turn 1, the whole rest of the lap. You miss those tunnel turn. You know your lap's done. They'll turn 3. Not a difficult corner. Model similar to Milwaukee, and just it's a long flat corner that you really have to get as much speed as possible to get the speed down the long straightaway. Of course, you know what it looks like, but you see how long that straightaway is. It's important to get as much speed off that corner as you can. So everything about it, getting mowed up into turn 1 is always really, really tough. You got to get on the brakes hard, but you got to get slow enough to get back on the gas as soon as possible. Very, very tricky track. We'll see who's able to come out with the victory tonight. You can slide these cars around. You can throw that car down into the tunnel turn, throw it into one. A lot of options, but how much are you going to save tires? You got to pick and choose when you're going to make your passes. Be smart with it. Don't get yourself caught up in some accidents, knowing that some guys are going to hit the wall off of the tunnel turn, even off of turn 1. So going to be a lot going on. Hopefully a lot of green flag racing, but the pace car is off, and Jonathan Cofield going to lead us down to the green flag. And green flag is out here at Pocono. Good side-by-side racing down into turn 1. Cofield and Kostick side-by-side teammates. What are they going to do? Kostick going to keep the revs up on the outside. Going to see if he can hold on to it. Is going to be able to be side-by-side with his teammate Garrett Kinder, swapping lanes, trying to find a gap. Who's going to give first? You know, it's a smart move to prevent the teammates from, that's exactly what I was waiting on, the teammates from letting each other go. And Garrett Kinder trying to prevent that, but Kostick does a good job barely sneaking in during the tunnel turn. Starting to get spread out. Pocono can go a couple different ways. They get spread out, and you have a lot of green flag racing, or you have a couple cautions early, and guys can't get away from each other. So never know what you're going to get out of Pocono. Back here, side by side, Alan Renecki, William Griffith. fighting over the 6th place. They're still there off the corner. You can get such a nice run. Since the repave here at Pocono, turn 1, the high side has a lot of grip up there, and you're really able to make a lot of speed as you go down into the tunnel turn. Griff keeps his foot in it. Wow, I think maybe Renecki got a little nervous about what was going to happen, and backs out just a little bit. So now Tyler Rice going to challenge him for that position on the outside. Allen getting a little bit loose. Kevin Kinder says, how long is a yellow lap? Well, let's not find out. That's what I say. Up here, Jason Lottridge making a move or trying to make a move maybe on Matt Clement. Matt going to fight back on that outside off of turn 1. Like I said, there's just a lot of grip up there. And that really sends you down into the tunnel turn. Number 6, Tyler Rice gets a little squirrely there. Maybe got a little bit of that wall, got a little bit nervous. Thought maybe him and Pollock made contact, but it didn't look like that. Just got a little squirrely off the corner. Or everything kind of holding where everybody started, not too many movers yet. We'll see as that continues on. Right now, Jonathan Cofield about a 4/10 of a second lead over his teammate. Side-by-side battle here. William Griffith trying to make a move on Jason Lottridge. It's going to cost him a spot as Warnecki trying to work his way through the field. Allen about the only driver so far to be able to make up quite a few spots as he has made up 4, looking to make it 5 here at the end of the straightaway. Yeah, we'll get our caution as soon as Ratchet Miller gets in here, so I think all the drivers are waiting on him to make it happen as Allen gets into the wall side by side with Jason Lottridge. Little rivalry has started here between these two drivers, and look at them. They're going to door bang. Jason Lottridge trying to lean on that 72 car, almost gets himself in trouble. But always good to see some rivalries out there. Keeps it interesting. It sucks when everybody's so nice all the time. There's nobody better to make a rivalry than Jason Lottridge. Good looking sun drop car. I don't know about the white wheels, but outside of that looks pretty good. Checking in here on the 19, Matt Clement is having a great run. Started 3rd, running 4th. Al Renecki running him down, but having a great run in the top 5. Had a great qualifying effort as Jason Lottridge way out of the groove here into the wall into the tunnel turn. That is not good. Guys having to take all kinds of evasive action. He is losing a ton of spots. You see, he just cannot make a mistake here or it's going to cost you, and he is still losing spots. Yeah, talking about Matt Clement, man, I tell you, there's a lot of guys who are plenty fast who, just need some good qualifying efforts, man. Need to get out of the mess, find themselves in position to try to get a win. And Matt Clement definitely has speed, just needed to qualify pretty good. And right now he's showing how important qualifying can be as he is doing a great job running in 4th place. top three kind of spreading out. Jonathan Cofield, Mike Kostick, about half a second away. Garrett Kinder's about a second behind them, so let's watch Wernecke's starting to get to the back bumper of the 19 machine. Allen going to look to the inside and take over the fourth place, so move Allen up to fourth. Allen, the fastest car on the track, so he's definitely got plenty of speed. Needed one of those Matt Clement qualifying efforts to find his way to the front, but this seems to be par for the course for Allen. He just always seems to qualify in the back or start in the back and need to work his way towards the front. Talking about the front, let's check with the top two. Michael Kostick not letting his teammate get away. You have to bear with me with the cameras. Pocono has just such a big track, some of the worst cameras that you can get. Just bad ones, so. As we move into lap number 10, tires are really going to start to bother these guys. So who is saved tire? Who's going to start falling back a little bit? Looks like the top two have definitely done their homework, as they are now pulling a gap of about 2 seconds on Garrett Kinder in 13. Okay, back here, got a little gaggle all the way from 6th on back to 11th, 12th here, as a big old gaggle of cars. Guys moving forward, some falling back. We saw him making a lot of moves early, but now he has got a lot of guys lined up behind him. Brandon Pauly going to look down to the inside, not quite able to make that move just yet. Tried to maybe dive it down in there. You really can't do that. You got to get the run off the corner, and he's going to pay for it. As Tyler Rice looking to the outside of him, gets a nice run on his own turn. And now going to work the outside, make it a run on the 12 car, and he does. He's going to get to that right rear quarter, and man, going to get 2 spots and 2 turns. Evan Kinder, Ratchet Miller saying tough luck in the last race. Well, you know what? It happens. It's my own fault, and got a little bit too happy with the wall, and that got me. So it happens. Had plenty of success this season, so not gonna let it get to me. Just wish I hadn't taken out my teammate in the process. That was the only bad thing. So never good when that happens, but that's why we run a bunch of races. We'll have a couple bad ones here and there. Back up to the lead. Michael Kostick has now gotten right to the back bumper, been able to make up those 3 or so tenths that he needed. Now it's how's he going to make that pass? Man, you see the run he got through the middle of the corner. Just a lot more tire there. I don't know if Cofield had to maybe get out of the gas. Maybe a couple different lines. Maybe Cofield driving it harder into the corner. Kostick taking a little bit easy, getting the run through the middle and off. They both seem to launch off the corner about the same speed, so it's going to be a good little battle here between these Bandit Motorsports Chevrolets. Definitely looks like Kostick is a little bit faster. Draft is a big deal here, but he definitely looks a little bit faster through the turns. Gonna get a nice run here. See if he can do anything with it. Of course, Garrett Kinder in that 13 would love to see these two battle side by side. And I think these guys, being as smart as they are, know better. If Kostick does get in position, I think the 58 will just let him go. That way they don't lose any time, because it looks like we're going to definitely have some green flag pit stops, and it's important to get all that you can get. Side by side for the lead as Michael Kostick finally gets a run on his teammate. Going to drive down into one, and let's see what happens. It looks like Cofield going to maybe try a crossover, but most likely going to let his teammate go, who has run him down, and they're going to get side by side. You see Garrett Kinder, and looks like Greg Froelich, who has come out of pit road. But watching that lap, you can see the different driving styles. Michael Kostick definitely getting off the gas and on the brakes early, trying to get the good run off. Cofield driving a little bit harder into each corner. So two different driving styles, but they seem to work pretty well. Cofield's maybe a little bit harder on the right front, but I don't think it's that much difference. But lap 16 to 50. Got a new leader. Check back here. Brendan Pollock, Dave Jones, Steve McDonald. Trying to chase down Tyler Rice. Pretty good racing so far. Of course, this Arca car always puts on a good show, so not really a surprise. And you can really throw these things around. They seem to have a little bit more grip. Seem to be a little bit more attached to the track than some cars on the service, which is always really nice to be able to sling a car in the corner and hang on to it. Back up front real quick, see if anything's going to happen. Is Kostick right there, not letting him get away, and Jason Lottridge just crashed. We stay green, but the 48 tire. Oh, and a couple other drivers crashed. What happened? Charles Stevens Jr. and Josh Oswald go around, so multiple crashes. As let's go ahead and look at the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Is the 48 going to get a little bit of that apron? It's going to push the car up the track, and he goes down and slams the inside wall, and then Charles Stevens on the outside of the 17. 17. Hard to say what happened there. Looks like the 17 gets a little bit of the apron. Yeah, gets a little bit of the apron, and it's going to make him kind of just wash up the track a little bit. I think naturally he was going to do it anyway, but I think that kind of made it happen a little bit sooner. and him and 88 of Charles Stevens Jr. make contact. So first caution of the night. Ratchet Miller shows up in chat, and man, look at that. On lap 18. Well, I expect to see everybody come down pit road. I don't think, the last lap, Michael Kostick ran about a 58-second lap, and his best lap is a 56.07. So 2-second difference, new tires, old tires. There's no reason to stay out. You got 4 sets, so 1 to start on and 3 in the pits. This is definitely one you want to pit on. I know a lot of times in this series, you'll try to save a set in hopes that you have a late race caution, but I would imagine the way things are going here, I don't know if we'll see those, but you never know. You know, if you seem like your car is not driving like you want to, not enough practice, maybe running outside the top 10, sometimes it's worth to save a set and hope that you get a late race caution or something and able to, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's faster or slower. If I'm 2 seconds a lap faster than the whole field, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's enough to get a win. And everybody coming down pit road. Of course, Alan Wernicke happy to see that. Garrett Kinder probably happy to see that too. May have been able to see what these top 2 are doing and can adjust. Once you get too far into a run, it's hard to adjust and make it better. So something like this can really help you reset, figure out what you were doing wrong, and apply that here with the new tires. Alan Wernicke, who has worked his way up to that 3rd or 4th place, be able to try to make some waves up here at the front. Ratchet Miller said, "You know how to make a fellow feel wanted." Man, I tell you what, if I didn't like you, man, I wouldn't mess with you. So, race on pit road. Jonathan Cofield able to get it with that #1 pit stop, a stall, excuse me. Able to get that lead back from his teammate. Garrett Kinder comes out 3rd, Alan Wernicke 4th. So. Check in on some damaged guys who probably been able to get down and get a faster pair. 17 looks good. Jason Lotcher is going to have to take a tow, which will actually take forever here, I think. Not really why. Charles Stevens, I thought, wrecked right before the pit road, but he may not have been able to make it to his pit stall and had to tow. And here, because the length of the track, the tow time is forever. So these guys are going to be waiting a little while. Lights are off on the pace car, getting ready to go green here. Get this thing back underway. Long pace laps, almost 2 minutes per lap, and so we don't want a whole lot of these. As the kind commissioner, this race was 60 laps and dropped it down to 50. Definitely appreciate that. Keep this thing from getting too long. We get a lot of cautions that can Man, the races get super, super long. But Roger Miller says, all right, 13, turn them ponies loose and let her eat. That's what I'm talking about. Still got to think about long run. Got to save your tires. You can't get too aggressive here. You know, you try to get as many spots as you can for the first lap or so. And then you got to start thinking about tire management because this thing could go green the rest of the way. Still have to make a pit stop most likely. Not really sure what the fuel situation is. We'll find that out later. But Geico restart zone here. 58 car going to get a nice run. And Garrett Kinder going to, along with him, let's see if he can hang on to that second place position. He does get a good restart. Caustic doesn't get one at all. Let's crank it up. Able to get a good jump, but Garrett Kinder able to take that second spot from Michael Caustic there on the restart. Had a great jump. Well, like I said, let's see if Kinder has learned anything from that first run that he can apply here. Definitely fell back from these top two, so Caustic probably not going to be patient, seeing that, knowing that he was a good bit faster last run. Let's see what 13 can do with a fresh set of tires. Caustic putting a lot of pressure on that 13. Got to come off the quarter, get a full nose to the inside, get a fantastic run through the middle of turn 3. And has the nose out front, almost going to clear the 13 when he get down to turn 1. Garrett should be able to fight back. Oh, he's going to get out of the groove, and that's going to be enough to get Caustic out front. So move Caustic back to second place with that Alan Hideki right back home with 13. Maybe thought about jumping down to the inside for the tunnel turn, but thought better of it. Here at Pocono, it just seems like if you are your intent is to win the race, you have to pick and choose your battles. And if you're willing to go side by side for a lap, you're gonna lose a ton of time for those that you're chasing. So, you know, sometimes it's good to do like Alan, to kind of hang back and draft a little bit, and see if you can run down the folks in front. Like he's going to get a nice run here. Let's see if he decides to he has a run, but decides to just hang out. So it's a smart thing. Go back here and watch this battle. It's all really wide there. Going at it for second place. Pennzoil car right behind him. Griff going to sneak in front of him, keep him from down there. And Griff gonna drop way high into the funnel groove. Way out of the groove. Can't make that work. That was one of those prayers right there. He thought, I guess he thought making the stick up there and get the RPMs up, but it is treacherous up there. Two drivers part of that incident. They brought out the caution side by side. This is for 15th place. 17th, Josh Oswald, it's his home track. He hates it, so yeah, no doubt, no pulls, no punches. We're talking about Pocono. I get it. Pocono can be pretty boring. There have been a lot of good races that get put on here, but you know, it just has a large chance to be either really, really good or really, really boring, and the gap is large between the two. It just, you never know what you're going to get. Saw all kinds of drama between Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, and then the Gibbs cars getting their wins taken away. So I think the best thing that Pocono has going for it is the fact that it is so unique. And it only has 3 turns. Oh, Griffin's gonna get a crazy run off of the corner and going back down to the inside of both Brandon Pollock and Tyler Rice. So I don't know if somebody had to get out of the gas or what happened, but William Griffith gets a huge run. Tyler Rice going to fight back on the outside, though. Going to get a nice run down the straightaway. Griff almost able to pull that off. And we are 3 wide off of turn 1. Brandon Pollock not able to keep his car going, and Brandon Wallace taking advantage of it on the outside. Going to run, try to stay. Oh, going to cut down in front of Mr. Plow. That's a dangerous move right there. Oh, his guy's getting all over the place here. 3 wide again. Tyler Rice gets loose. Well, these boys are racing their guts out back here. This is awesome. Car get up there out front, gets loose, and then dadgummit if they don't, with the 6 gives a 99 shove down the straightaway. Hey, to put at Talladega, you got to be careful. It'll lift the back tires up off the ground, but Tyler Rice not worried. Tyler Rice starting to fall back a little bit. Tires may be upset with him. Let's go back up front. 3 drivers who've been in the top 3 all race long, separating themselves. Alan Reinecke just a little bit back, and then Matt Clement right behind him. Matt Clement having a hell of a run, man. Really impressive. I mean, only 2.7 seconds off the lead. Doing a great job of managing the race. And man, you got the shit show back here. They are getting with it. This is the this is the party right here. You got business in the front and party in the back. Oh, shit. this is a lot of fun. They are side by side. I'm over here not even talking. I'm just watching. I'm just watching the whole screen, seeing guys get loose off the corner, almost grab the wall, make evasive action. It's a wild time back here. See McDonald able to get around the 99. 99 looking to maybe fight a little harder for that position. Brandon Pollock looking down to the inside of the 12. Not a huge run here, so only going to have a little bit. Let's see if Griff tries that high line again. Now, looks like this time he's going to get the car pointed the right way, but still a little bit too far out of the groove. That's going to bring everybody back in as Brandon Pollock not able to make that work. And, man, look at Stephen McDonald. He is right on the back bumper of these two drivers. You see as drivers get side by side how much it slows them down. These guys have been racing like heck, and they're 5 seconds behind Matt Clement, who is in fifth, excuse me. And they kind of almost block the track in a way where they're side by side, and if they don't figure it out, you know, the guys get all stacked up behind them. Guys get frustrated and start trying crazy moves. Brandon Pollock, I mean, he's been having the preferred line, but just hasn't been able to make it work. I mean, going to the inside, looks like he's trying to drive it in. Oh, 3 wide here in turn 3. Dave Jones is going to slide up. Steve McDonald does the smart thing and backs out and lets that happen. But almost, oh my goodness. It's hard to turn away from this race. I know there's some racing going on up front. We'll check on it in just a second. But, man, I can't look away at this. This is it's a gaggle and a half right here. The gaggle 0.5. I think Brandon just needs to stay up on the high side as we are 3 wide back here going into the tunnel turn. This ain't going to work. Somebody's going to have to give as the 12 is leaning in on Davey. Davey Jones in a bad spot. Let's see if he's able to make it stick. They do. Davey Jones does a great job of getting down in the corner, but Brandon Pollock able to get by as soon as he gets by. It's a wall. Oh, my goodness. Doesn't seem like you can lead this pack here. Is about to die. Michael Costa coming down pit road, though, gives up second place. So doing a little short pit action here as Garrett Kinder falls back into the clutches of Alan Wernecki. So Greg Froelich, Mike Kostick coming down pit road, expecting to see these other drivers heading down soon, especially if you're Garrett Kinder and Alan Wernecki. I'd let Alan go, and then I'd head down pit road. Side by side, this is for second. As Mike Kostick did go down and pit. Wow, very close there as Wernecki dives back behind the 13. Let's see what they do here. Who's going to make that left turn on the pit road? Get their last stop here with 16 laps to go. 13 coming in. Got to get woed down. Got to get woed down. And looks like he does make pit road speed. So Jonathan Cofield came in as well. Going to give up the lead. Alan Wernecki going to stay out and lead a lap. So let's go back to the fun. Watched a little bit of the humdrum V, but now let's go watch the fun V. And everybody kind of spread out, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if they had some issues or whatever while we were watching the leaders, but a little spread out now. Griff able to use the whole track now, and he is definitely making use of it. Oh, with caution's out. That's what happened. Oh, Chuck Phelps crashed. No wonder everybody looks slow and off the pace. Let's go back and see what happened to Chuck. Chuck behind the 12 as they go through turn 3, and Chuck just runs into Griff. Oh, it looks like Griff may have been trying to pit there. It may have slowed up. Hard to tell sometimes. It definitely looks like the 12 may have been trying to go down pit road. As soon as they make contact, though, the 99 going to get into the back of the 75 and send him around. No damage, though. Damage looks minimal on the 75, so not terrible. And here at Pocono, it really doesn't hurt anybody. So the guys who just pitted, like Michael Kostick, Garrett Kander, Jonathan Cofield, not going to be a huge issue. Normally, you'd be upset because you'd go a lap down when pitting, but here at Pocono, you don't lose a lap with the pit. So everybody should cycle around to where they would have been anyway. So not a huge deal. Allen's going to be able to come down pit road, get his 4 tires, and Michael Kostick and Jonathan Cofield, they'll be able to come out with the lead. As those guys just pitted, so not even enough time to really burn off any rubber of those tires. So we should see the top 7 here, led by Alan Renecki. Come down pit road for their final pit stop. It'd be interesting to see. I don't know how many tire sets they have left. I think they still have one more. So really no point staying out, saving a set with only 13 laps to go. Even if we run 5 or 6 laps, have a caution, everybody's still going to have a set. So no reason to stay out. Everybody coming down and getting those 4 tires. So that gives the lead back to Michael Kostick. So everything worked out. Had that caution come out 5 or 6 laps later, I think that would have been a little bit tougher for these guys, as the tire wear may have been a little bit different, enough to make a difference. But it's about the perfect caution. With Pocono having such long lap times, green-white checkers are something to think about, because we have 2 green-white checkers here, and if you get both of them, that's 6 laps, and that is a long, long time. So I don't know if we run green to the end here. You might see a little pit strategy where some guys elect to stay out to keep track position, and some guys come in. If we use all the green white checkers, that could make a difference. But I feel like the tire situation is pretty good for most folks. So I don't think there's going to be any strategy to play out here. I think Kostick, Cofield, definitely in a good spot. Looks like Greg Froelich, the way the pit cycles work, he's going to be outside front row. Froelich wins at Daytona earlier this year, so punches his ticket into the playoff. Let's see if he can do anything here. Maybe get him another win at Pocono. You look up at the lap counter, it's only 11 laps to go. It can really bait some guys into running a little bit harder than they need to, as 12 laps. Normally it doesn't sound like there's many laps to go, and you feel like you're kind of rushed, you need to hurry up. But here at Pocono, it's a long time, so it's a good way to maybe trick some guys into using up their tires and be there at the end. It's like Greg Froelich not getting up with the pace car. I know the 13 is probably getting over voice chat going, hey, buddy, scoot up a little bit. Scoot up. Michael Kosick going to love this, as he is a half a car length ahead coming out of turn 3. So he's going to get a good restart. So is the 53. Greg Froelich not even barely even with the second place car. So yeah, just a great fortune for Michael Kosick is the 13 pushing the 71 down the straightaway. And it's going to be an exciting turn 1, I can tell. Oh, and Greg Froelich, I'm not sure what the hell that was, but just gets out of the gas. The world, we'll go back and kind of see what happened. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like the 71 just gets out of the gas. Kind of a weird spot to do that, but nonetheless, everybody gets through without much issue. As we watch the battle here for second place, is Michael Kosick going to start to check out here. Al Renecki looking, maybe thinking about jumping to the inside. Actually goes up to the high side. You see cars moving all over the place. Here comes Al Renecki to the inside of the 13 as they go down into turn 1. Will the 13 fight hard? What's going to happen here? Looks like the 13 going to turn down a little bit, and then got a little bit nervous, backed out of it. He's going to fight hard here. As there's battles going on all over the track. Renecki not able to complete that pass to see if he can hang out there before the tunnel turn, or the 13 be able to dive down to the corner. The 13 will hang on to that spot. Now he looks ahead to the top 2. As Al Renecki all sideways, dirt tracking it off the tunnel turn, giving it all she got. And Matt Clement going to look to the inside, going to battling up here for 4th place. Al Renecki with the run off the corner, able to hang on to that spot. Griffin, he is making, it's Greg Froelich going down to the inside. Brandon Wallace, Greg Froelich spin down to the inside there off the racing surface. So I'm not sure if we'll see a caution as the 99 coming to a stop on the track. You see his left front tire is gone. We stay green. I don't see a caution, and caution is out. So another caution is like Greg Froelich was involved in this. Let's go back and see what happened. We already saw the end of it there. Let's go back and see. We saw Greg stay out. I think he had new tires, I'm not sure. But yeah, just another one of those deals where Greg, he's 3 wide and he's got a whole top lineup here and just keeps coming down. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous, I have to say. I mean, you've got a whole line up there up top, and for some reason trying to pinch the guy down, then he gets 3 wide, and at some point you got to concede. Just the whole line up there, just not using it. And another accident. So that brings out our second or third caution. I think it's our third. So I don't think we'll see anybody come down and take tires. Be interesting to see. This will be their last set. Like I said, if we have a green-white checkered, that might be the time to use it. I don't think giving up track position. They last pitted on lap 35. So not quite enough time. Last lap, around a 59 second, or yeah, not quite ready to come down pit road, I don't think. I think if we get a caution with 1 or 2 to go, or a green white checkered, I think I'll come down and get that last set, but that's about the only reason. Only about 12 cars on the lead lap, so it could pan out pretty well, but I wouldn't do it if I was in the top 3 or 4, that's for sure. Josh Oswald with the lucky dog in that 17. Back, check that incident out one more time while we're under caution. Hard hit down on the inside wall. Glad we're on racing on computers, man. That would be a tough hit. Watch it from Brandon Wallace's cockpit here. Tough hit. Ratchet Miller says the 68 was coming up. That's right. They're 3 wide, and they have to get down into the turn here. So everybody's got to sort of wash up to the outside wall to make the entry, especially 3 wide. So 71 kind of holding down both drivers there. Like I said, there's a lot of track up there. If I'm racing for $1,000, I'm gonna hold them down too. But the 68 didn't get wrecked, the 71 did. So use that top line, you don't get wrecked, I guess. That's all I got to say about it. Well, all right, lights are off on the pace car. Getting ready to go back green here. Gonna have 5 laps to go when we go green. Cossack and Cofield definitely been the class of the field, with Garrett Kinder, Alan Renecki close behind. They haven't really had the short run or the long run speed to really compete with the top 2. Five laps to go here. Who is going to take home the victory here at Pocono? Pace car is off. Cossack going to get a good jump here. Then 58. Don't know if he spun his tires, but the top line just didn't go. So Garrett Kinder able to get down to the inside, but Cofield going to get a nice push down the front straightaway. fight hard on the outside. Should have the preferred groove off the corner, assuming he's able to get the run. And he does, hanging out that right rear. They're going to have to tuck in behind the 58. Right, love it. Can't see anything else. Like I said earlier, these camera angles are just terrible. Cofield getting a nice run here. It's so tough. You see Alan Renecki go to the inside of Garrett Kinder. It's so tough because you want to make your move and you got to do it now. But Michael Kostic obviously going to fight back, and that's going to draw in everybody else as these two kind of settle it as they go down into turn 3. Cofield looking to the inside, has that right front tire on the left rear quarter as they come off the corner. Kostic will have the better run, so he'll have the speed down the straightaway. But when do you make your move? Alan Renecki going back to the inside of Garrett Kinder. They're going to fight hard, knowing that these top two may battle before too long. Garrett Kinder going to be way out of the groove here, see if he can keep the RPMs up. Not going to be able to, have to get out of the gas. And Cofield going to look down to the inside of number 3 as it go down into the tunnel turn. Let's see what the 3's going to do. Going to have to fight him. You don't have but just 3 laps to go. He's going to try the crossover. As he lets him go, he's going to get a run off the tunnel turn and get the position on the inside. They are side by side as Alan Renecki gets into the wall behind him. Side by side for the lead. Teammates, Bandit Motorsports, going at it here. Going down to turn 3 side by side. Like I said, the ones behind them, they want to get single file as soon as possible. Garrett Kinder's like, please just hang out for a second because we can get to these guys. But Cofield able to complete the pass and takes over the lead with 2 laps to go. Uh-oh. Garrett Kinder, Alan Renecki make contact going into turn 1. Here comes Matt Clemon. Taking advantage of the situation. It's a nice run going down to the inside of the 13. 13 gets a nice run off the corner. See dirt tracks down to the tunnel turn. Oh, and Garrett Kinder going to get the wall hard into that outside wall. That's big damage for the 13. That car is not going to turn as well as it did before. But coming down to the white flag, Jonathan Cofield with the lead. 1 lap to go. Does Michael Kostic have anything for Jonathan Cofield? About the same. Cofield in good shape as long as he doesn't miss the corner. Tunnel turn on the final lap. Got to do it perfectly. Does a good job. Going to go down into turn 3. Kostic not going to be close enough. Alan Renecki going to jump up to the outside. Not able to do anything with second place. But Jonathan Cofield with a late race pass is going to win here in the Arca Series at Pocono with a fantastic race. Him and Michael Kostic in a league of their own. Alan Renecki didn't come home in 3rd place. And pretty good race there, I'd have to say. Everybody crosses the start-finish line. Jonathan Cofield, Michael Kostick, Alan Wernicke, your top three. Matt Clement with a fantastic finish in fourth place. William Griffith, a top five. You saw him racing hard all race long. Garrett Kinder with that late race uh, hit on the outside wall and finished sixth. Charles Stevens seventh. Brandon Pollock eighth. Dave Jones ninth. Chuck Phelps 10th. Josh Oswald 11th. Steve McDonald 12th. Tyler Rice 13th. Brandon Wallace 14th. Greg Froelich 15th. Jason Lodridge 16th. Mickey Isaac 17th. And Michael Nash in 18th. Neither of those drivers joined the race. Good race. Cofield, hard luck. Cofield asphalt refinishing, hard luck. Award going to go to Garrett Kinder, who there at the end gets the wall. Going to lose a few spots, but still had a really, really good race and still able to hang on to a sixth place. Well, let's go ahead and talk to our top three, see what they thought about the race. Wait for Alan Wernicke to get into chat. I don't see him. Well, we'll go ahead and start with second place, Michael Kostick. Mike, this Eddie in the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, fantastic race. You and Cofield definitely set yourselves apart. Class of the field, and there at the end, got to race it out with your teammate. He was able to get by you there at the end. What could have you done a little bit better to maybe hold him back and get that win?
Um, Probably wait for that second caution to come out to come down pit road. I only took two tires. I pit the lap before the caution come out, and he was able to come in and take four under caution. So, I just wasn't able to roll turn one as well as him, so he just got a better runoff.
Well, it looked like a fun race. I don't know. In these Arca cars, it seems like it's fun to kind of sling these cars around. Is that kind of what you felt? Do you enjoy this combo?
Um, I like any car Pocono. I think it's my favorite track on iRacing. But yeah, you kind of got to throw the back end. The front end feels pretty heavy. It's like it doesn't want to rotate the corner, so you just sling the back end around, try to get a little rotation, and drive off.
Well, you and Cofield had it figured out. Great, always great to battle with your teammate at the end of a race and race clean, and one of you come away with the victory. That's always good. So, great job, great second place finish. And as always, man, the floor is yours. Who you got to thank? Sponsor shout outs.
Just thank you for doing the broadcast. It's always entertaining to go back and watch it. All the admins for everything they do for the league, and of course my teammates at Bandits Motorsports.
Well, there you have it, Michael Kostick, second place. Bit my tongue. Let's talk to Jonathan Cofield about his win. Jonathan, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Eddie, I got you.
Man, great win, dude. That was a pretty fun race. I enjoyed watching you and your teammate battle it out at Pocono. It seemed like y'all kind of went back and forth. Long run, he may have been a little bit better, but it's really hard to say. Y'all seem to be pretty dang even. There at the end, he said you got four tires and just wasn't able to hold you off. Tell me about your race, man. How did it go for you?
It went pretty good. Leading, kind of pushing like a dump truck, especially in the tunnel turn. But once you get behind somebody, we was talking. When he passed me for the lead, he's like, "Man, it's pushing now." But yeah, it was a fuel strategy race, and then that caution came out and kind of turned into a tire race there toward the end. Had that caution when we decided to make our pit stop, and he had pitted, I think, a little bit prior to the caution, took two tires, and I was on pit road fitting pull in my box and just had enough time to call for four.
Well, pretty fun race. I wish I got to see a little bit more of the strategy and stuff going on when I'm in the broadcast booth. I don't get enough of that, so I hate that I missed all that. Wish we could have been privy to it, but a lot of fun. A lot of fun to watch y'all race it out there at the end. Pocono is one of those tracks where it can be really boring and strung out, or really racy, and I think y'all had the racy one tonight. As y'all just put on a clinic. Seemed like the team is really really strong in all series. In this Arca series, really strong. Show a lot of good showings out of y'all. So as you get ready for playoffs, I mean y'all got to feel pretty good about this series. I know you're ready to try to avenge what happened last season.
Oh yeah, definitely. Championship's on my mind for sure. Caustic, he's gonna be hard to beat. But we learn a lot from each other. Glad to see him getting a lot of wins. The commissioner kind of dropped our fuel down to 70%. So if you're wondering about the fuel strategies, we can't hardly make it to halfway. So it gets interesting.
Well, hey, look, anything we can do to make it more exciting, we'll do it. But man, good race, a lot of fun. Uh, I think y'all did a fantastic job tonight. In the league of your own, really had it gone green the whole way, y'all would have really stepped out on the rest of the field. So congratulations, always, man. The floor is yours. So you got to thank sponsor shout outs.
Yeah, if it would have went green, he'd have definitely beat me. It's his home track. Just an honor to beat him at his home track, a place I'm not really that good at. So appreciate you jumping in here and doing the broadcast. Warren School of Racing Etiquette, Flexible Flake Solutions, Schofield Asphalt Refinishing, Peg Leg Phelps, everybody, all the commissioners that keep this league up and running for us.
Absolutely. Well, all right. Congratulations on your win, man. Well deserved.
Thank you, Eddie.
Well, there you have it. Another race in the books here in the Arca series. Always puts on a good show. I think the guys about mid pack there, running around 10th, man, put on a hell of a show. Definitely worth a watch for sure, as they were really getting with it. About 6 cars there, just battling, going at it, racing their guts out. And so that's the kind of race you get here at Original Rebels. But thanks everybody in chat that was watching the race. Everybody watching home and watching later. Definitely appreciate y'all. Congratulations, Charles Stevens Jr. for having the uh, Hard Charger Award, up 10 spots from where he started. Great finish for him. And but man, we'll see y'all next week. We're one or two races away from the playoffs. Let me check on that just to be sure. But I think we're getting close to the playoffs in a lot of series. Let me get that up. It's a filibuster just a little bit. Uh, yeah, got about 5 races left to go before the playoffs. So if you're trying to make it into the playoffs, trying to compete for a championship, gotta get it figured out pretty quick. So not that much left, and we're gonna be playoff racing. So very excited for that. Congratulations again to Jonathan Gofield on the win, and we will see y'all next week.